Charles, fantastic to have you here for Grapple Worlds 2 and the podcast. Obviously, Grapple Worlds 2 is coming up on Saturday, the 28th of March, which is next weekend when we're recording this. Tell me about you, because whilst I've seen your name around, I don't know much about you, Charles.
Yeah, I like to keep myself hidden. So I trained at Temlett at Banbury. So I recently moved down to Lewis, but yeah, I did most of my about 4 or 5 years in Temlett at Banbury. Got my brown belt in January in Finland, which is quite cool. And
Amazing.
now I'm opening a gym up down here in Lewis called Crooked Bones.
Oh my gosh, amazing. Now, getting your brown belt in Finland, tell me the story.
So we started going over there a few years ago. So I met Laurie, don't know if you know him, and uh, we met them in Amsterdam, and then he was just so good. We kept going to see him, and we go over to Finland all the time because it's just such a cool place. Doing all the saunas and the ice lakes, and
Nice.
yeah, I just find it such a cool spot. And then
Good.
we go over every year for the summer camps and winter camps, and yeah, they give it to me. They have like a big ceremony thing for all the different belts, and I got it then, which was cool.
Oh, congratulations, because that
Thank
wasn't
you.
that long ago. But your opponent for Grapple Worlds 2, you have met before.
Hmm.
Riley, how did the last
Ginger or
match
Ginger
go?
Bap, as we call him.
How did the match go?
It went well, actually. Yeah, it went good. It was quite a close match, and I won by decision. But I don't think he was too happy about it. There was a bit of ruckus afterwards.
So this is a bit of a rematch, and there's going to be fire on the mats
Yeah,
next Saturday night.
most definitely. Yeah, bringing the heat.
Love it. Love it. Before we started recording, we were briefly talking about kind of recovery time and injury, and talking about managing injuries and recovery time as much as we are managing the time on the mats. But obviously in Finland, you've got all the recovery support. What are you doing to keep you injury free at the moment in the UK?
So I just like to try to ignore my injuries really until they become a major problem. I did actually have like a portable sauna that we would take out. It was quite cool. Took it by the lakes and stuff like that. But yeah, generally just like they change your intensity, kind of thing. So if you're
Yeah.
injured in your left leg, then you like quite badly, then you might just lower your intensity. Try to avoid the crazy white belts that are trying to rip
Yeah.
everything. And yeah, just kind of take it as it comes.
Making good decisions to stay on the mats for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Now, when did you start training? Because obviously now you're a brown belt. You've been in the game for a while.
Yeah, about maybe 6.5 years ago, started training. Started in Belfast, but that was just a few sessions in the gi. Then I trained in Liverpool, but then I really
Yeah,
like locked in when it came to Banbury. It's just a very addictive environment. It's a cool gym.
that's it. Well, you need to tell me a bit more about 10th Planet Banbury, because obviously I hear a lot about it. And Gavin and the team over there, they are the founders of Grapple Worlds. But what's it really like being so addictive to continue training at 10th Planet Banbury? What is it about 10th Planet and Banbury specifically that keeps everyone going back?
It's hard to describe really, but I think the 10th planet in general, it's like very open. So it's like you're free to kind of do whatever you want, which is nice because I've been in gyms before, which are more like regimented, whereas I quite like being able to kind of go whatever path I find interesting at the time.
Yeah.
And it's quite nice for that. And obviously, the coaching's great. Everyone's really nice and friendly, and the mats are top notch as well. They're like leather zebra mats, you know.
I've just seen the in Grapple World stories. Go and have a look on Instagram, because they are printed with the Grapple Worlds branding. These incredible zebra mats, obviously one of the sponsors for Grapple Worlds, but they do look pretty fantastic.
Oh, they're great. Honestly, whenever you go on other mats, you always just miss those mats. You know, they're so nice.
Mm.
And also, it's
So
7 days a week, no gi as well. So you don't have to put on those gi stuff and partake. You can just crack on no gi, get as
nice.
naked as you want.
We do all like a bit of ghee, but we like no ghee too. Um, okay, so you talked about the kind of lack of structure, being able to do what you want. Is that on a kind of like a session, or is that your jiu-jitsu career on a more broader level? What framework, or is there no framework? Is it just all up to you?
Well, no, they have like structured classes and stuff like that, but they have a lot of open mats, which is
Yeah,
good. So like you can kind of work on your own thing, and that's always been a big part of like how I like jiu-jitsu anyway. I like to work on the things that I find interesting because I find it
yeah,
way easy to learn if you're interested in something and you feel like this is your decision sort of thing. You learn way quicker.
yeah. So what decisions have you made, and what things do you particularly like, and maybe we're going to start seeing next Saturday night?
Well, it changes a lot. So it changes probably like month. I do like little blocks, so maybe like a month or 6 months, depending on how shy I am at something.
Yeah,
So I've been working a lot on my passing recently and wrestling. I kind of will change between passing, wrestling, and leg locks. Basically,
yeah,
just the three
nice.
wonders.
Love it, love it. What are we looking forward to seeing from you at Grapple Worlds 2?
I have some nice surprises actually, but you have to wait for the day to see
Ah!
them.
I'm always trying to get technique and the kind of the secret sub attacks out before. And of course, I'm never going to win. I will always have to tap out before the end.
I've I've been working on flying twisters. Have you ever seen them?
I haven't, and obviously at the recent Polaris, there was a lot of Scottish twisters,
Mm.
which was very interesting. But flying twister,
Yeah,
you
yeah, it's
need to
crazy.
explain.
Yeah, you just you go from standing, you go for a takedown, and you jump in a flying twister and try to avoid snapping their spine, obviously. But you can't always, you got to be careful.
Okay. You'll have to demonstrate at some point, because I'm on the commentary in the
Mhm.
commentary box with the other two. I should know their names. Space Coast, and is it Chris? It's Chris. I'm going to be in so much trouble for not remembering. I think it's Chris. Let me just have a look. I am rubbish at this, aren't I? Chris Fensom. I knew it was Chris, and Michael Crackholm. Um, I just need to know the names of you athletes, really. But I think between us, we will have to be able to identify this flying twister.
Yeah,
Um,
you'll see it. Yeah,
okay, I know that one.
yeah.
I've had a chat
You
with
see coming, all
Charles.
right.
I know what that is.
Yeah, it's my specialty.
Because okay, um, how obviously you got the win by decision against
Hmm.
Riley last time. Were there any challenges? Anything you want to kind of counter more effectively this time?
I think the main thing really was my cardio. So I think that was the first time I'd done. It was an 8 minutes match.
Yeah,
So I'd say the first half I was quite very much more in control, and then my cardio died off, and that's whenever he picked up. So he told me he's a bit
yeah,
of a brawler. He likes the Nate Diaz late rounds sort of thing.
yeah.
So yeah, I've been working on my cardio.
Good. Yeah, because obviously there was I've seen a little bit of footage, and sometimes feels quite off-putting if your opponent's coaches are going, "Oh, he's looking a bit tired."
Mm,
I would always rather have something in the bag. But obviously, 8 minutes is quite a long match time.
mm.
What match time are you lined up for
I think
Grapple
it's
World 2?
6. I think it might be
Okay.
6. I have to double check that actually. I should probably know that. Yeah, when his coach was shouting, he's tired, he's tired. I was thinking, I'm fucking tired. I'm shattered here.
He called it, but
Yeah, he called it.
I think you're going to be coming out of your corner with all the fire and all the fight, which is going to be very exciting. And a
Mhm.
flying twister. I'm
Yeah,
quite
flying
scared.
twister.
I'm quite scared. Um, do you know many others that are on the card for Grapple Worlds too?
I actually think, yeah, there's a few of them from our gym, actually. I can't remember exactly who's all on it, but I've seen a lot of familiar names whenever I'm seeing all the
Yeah.
posts and stuff like that. And actually, my new coach down here, from Grapplers Guild, he's just joined on as well, George.
Oh, fantastic. So there's going to be a lot of people, a kind of home crowd, as it were.
Hmm.
But are you bringing girlfriend, family to support you? Are they part of this journey with you?
So my girlfriend's a bit undecided. So she used to come to a lot of my competitions, but then obviously they take like 8 hours from like weigh-in and everything like that. And then
Yeah.
it's only on for like 5 or 6 minutes. So she prefers a live stream, comfortable at home. She can tune in. But I do have some friends come along, got like 5 or 6 friends here. interested in the
Good.
pub aspect more so in the jiu-jitsu aspect, I think.
Nice. But they'll be there supporting
Yeah,
nonetheless.
they'll be there.
Cheering you on. Now, do you like a live
Oh,
audience
shit. Sorry about that.
participation?
1 second, sorry.
That's all right. Well, no point in crying. Had to get that one in there. Do you like a lively crowd for when you're competing?
Usually I don't really notice. I'm kind of like locked in. But it is nice to hear crowds shouting, as long as obviously they're not shouting, fuck this guy sort of thing. But or shouting, he's getting tired, he's getting tired. But yeah, I don't really mind. Usually you just kind of get very zoned in the moment.
Yeah.
And you just crack on.
Good. I like it. Just to remind people, if they haven't got tickets for Grapple Worlds 2 over at Kassam Stadium on Saturday, the 28th of March, head over to grappleworlds.com and get your tickets. Equally, the pay-per-view link will be available soon if it's not already. And the sponsors of Grapple Worlds 2 are Zebra, Soul Taker Fightwear, Grapple App, Pure Recharge, 10th Planet Banbury, and 10th Planet Milton Keynes. Charles, let's talk about you setting up a gym and what you're doing, how you're dividing your time between preparing for Grapple Worlds 2 and setting up a gym and training and all of those other amazing things.
Yes, we set it up a few weeks ago, so it's opening on the 13th of April. So it's not affecting my training too much at the minute, but I've worked out the timetable so that I can still go and train in other places as well. So it's only on 3 days per week.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's exciting. Yeah. Hopefully be able to ditch a 9 to 5.
Well, yeah, your very own gym, which means you get the privilege of training whenever you want to.
Yeah, that's a dream.
That does sound like a pretty cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
So are you purely no-gi or are you going to be dabbling in the gi? Okay.
I think I've only worn a gi 3 times.
Okay.
And I've hated every time of them, unfortunately. Sorry to your gi members. But I don't like arthritis in my hands. And yeah, I just love no gi. I like the pace of it and the way it's dynamic and you can move around. Whereas I found in the gi, if you made a mistake and someone got the wrong grip, it's just like you have to watch this person just do things to you, and you're like breaking these grips all the time.
Yeah, I get it. The beginning of my jiu-jitsu career, I was training in the gi for the first couple of years, and then I kind of balanced with both. But when I came back to the gi, I found that I wasn't gripping quite so much. But when I did need to, then it was there. It's more of a backup than a primary concern.
I just kept getting, what do you call it? That choke. Someone kept in mount. They kept choking me with his cross collar. Is it?
Yeah.
I was like, this is some straight up bullshit. It's a nightmare. I couldn't get out.
That's where I've been learning just to stay on top, regardless of whether it's gi or no gi. That's my game.
Real for life.
Genius. Exactly. What else can we talk about, Charles? Because you've first time at Grapple Worlds. How are you actually feeling about coming on to this show? Because it is a growing a growing show and it's incredibly well run.
It is. It looks so good.
What are you most kind of looking forward to?
I just really love the feeling, whenever you get to the show and you're about to go on and compete. It's kind of like the only reason I think a lot of people do it. I just love the adrenaline. It's not something you can feel in your day-to-day life. Usually I'm just kind of feeling just like normal all the time. So it's nice to feel, adrenaline, excitement, and then just send it. I love that's what's nice about competition is you can just put absolutely everything into it. A few fingers in the eyes, 1 or 2 up the bum, and just send it.
Okay. When I said this was, kind of rated in a certain way, I wasn't expecting this conversation, but it's fine because anyone listening will have a little bit of a giggle. So just to throw things out there, you only booked this recording a few hours ago, and we're here, and it will be out live very soon as well. But
sorry, I'm very disorganized.
It's cool, but actually it sounds like the energy for that last minute excitement, something a bit different, gives you the intent and the drive to keep going.
Yeah, I'm very much like an adrenaline sort of seeker. You know, I need to be kind of fueled by either being very late or booking something last minute. You know,
Nice.
yeah, I'm quite
Okay,
last
now
minute.
now I want to know what last minute things you've done in your life that have caused you either the most excitement or the most kind of tragedy.
Tragedy, most excitement. Uh, I don't. Oh, I booked holidays. Yeah, so I went to Thailand last minute. That was quite cool. Obviously, I ended up like, getting there with no money. Because it was booked last minute, but it was a cool kind of adventure. I like booking holidays last minute, not really knowing where I'm going and stuff like that. But more often than not, I just miss doctor's appointments and dentist appointments.
Um,
Yeah, so it's not really too exciting. But I like booking competitions as well, quite last minute.
yeah. And have you got any others coming up after Grapple Worlds too?
Yeah, so I did NAGA last weekend. Then I've got Grapple Worlds, and then I think ADCC Coventry, and then English Championships. I think they're both in April
Nice.
or May.
Yeah,
So I'm trying to do one a month, depending on how the bank account gets on, because they're not cheap
yeah.
these days.
Exactly. Now I'm wondering whether there's any prize money or whether you know about any kind of submission bonuses or anything else like that for Grapple Worlds.
Yeah, I think 150 quid submission bonus. Sorry, I'm just going to
Nice.
pop a hat on. It's quite cold in here. One sec.
Right. Well,
Hi,
we
how
have
are
the
you?
hats.
Sorry, it's just freezing in here.
That's all right. We like the addition. I've never done quite such an unruly podcast recording, so thank you for that one, Charles. I will be more prepared next time.
That's why I like to do the last minute bookings as well.
I love it. I love it. So this submission bonus that you're going to win with a flying
Yeah,
twister is going
yeah,
to go on your next holiday.
yeah, yeah. It'll pay us off. Get us a
Yeah.
nice trip down to Devon, maybe.
Good. Good.
Get a few ice creams.
And what's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
I'd say pistachio at the minute. Yeah, or maybe
Okay.
like a nice
Yeah.
vanilla or chocolate. About yourself?
No, yeah, pistachios on trend at the moment. But maybe a rum and raisin, who knows?
Well, a little bit different.
Oh my goodness me. Talking about ice cream flavors for Grapple Worlds
Yeah.
too. Who would have thought? So you've got friends coming along to Grapple Worlds too. How are you feeling about facing Riley again?
I'm excited, yeah. So hopefully we can put it to bed, get rid of the controversy,
Yep.
hit my first flying twister in competition.
Nice. Good.
And they've said I'm allowed to compete with my hat on as well, which is good.
Okay. We'll see how long that stays on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to staple it to my forehead, I think.
That's the first thing that's going, Charles.
Yeah.
Now I recognise you. It's
Yeah,
fine.
you're right. Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen socials.
You see me from the
Go.
videos online.
Yeah, exactly. Go and follow Charles over on Instagram. Charles, what's your Instagram handle?
Charles Leonard 69.
Nice.
I think
Okay.
Charles Leonard 69. Something like that, yeah.
Links will be in the show notes. Go and follow Charles. Anything else you want to add before we wrap up this episode?
That's all from me, yeah. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Spilt milk and you know, some novelty ice cream and a hat.
Yeah, yeah.
Take it easy.
Yeah,
We'll
thanks very much.
see you
See you later.
again.